Good morning and welcome back to Margin. This morning we're going to talk about how to make every day a vacation. So let's jump right into it. So there's a song a few years back by Dirty Heads where it basically had a chorus singing about being on vacation every single day because they loved their occupation. The person loved their occupation. But how often do you actually hear that? How often do you actually say that? And if you're being honest, like 3/4 of Americans are who don't like their jobs, people have dropped out of the workforce because of this in alarming numbers. And when you drive around and you see help wanted signs everywhere, you're probably wondering, like me, where have all the workers gone? And it seems as though they've gone fishing, they've gone on vacation, or they've just checked out entirely. And now, much of the underwhelming employment numbers are not that people are taking vacations, but they are actually opting out. Many are trying to figure out how to live life on their own terms and escape the proverbial, rat race, the 9 to 5, or the job that they don't like. Now, we can all surmise that the unemployment benefits are feeding into this some way or another, but this should be telling, being that people are not motivated to get back to work. So what would it take for every day to feel like a vacation to you without feeling like you have to quit your job in order to accomplish it? Now, for everyone, this will be different. This will be a different mindset that they'll have to take on, a different set of choices, or a different set of experiences in life that they would have to experience. Now, oftentimes we don't really actually know what adds the most value to us. And so oftentimes people drop out, they check out, and they don't necessarily know what they are running to. They just know that they're running from something. So we chase after what sounds like it would be, would add the most value. That may be money, it may be fame, it may be popularity, or some other motivating factor. But the difficult part is that you and I constantly hear about success. We hear about successful people that have chased pursuits that left them popular but not known, left them rich but not necessarily wealthy, and left them in a place where they were important but not necessarily fulfilled. Now, this is a reality that so many of us choose not to accept as truth. We see time and time again of people being unfulfilled. We see people going through that process of trying to gain fame, not knowing really what they're asking for. So if you are pursuing these things, they are temporal and they won't bring about lasting fulfillment. So it may make things more exciting or more comfortable, but not necessarily bring the fulfillment that you thought it should with the dedication that you had to give it in order to see it through and see that come to life. Now, money makes you more of what you already are. You've heard me say that before. So you have to be especially careful about what your pursuits are, especially if you don't know what you want and you don't know who you are. Now, this is not a cop-out for you to lose motivation, to lose perseverance, and to not try things out just because you don't feel like you know who you are or what you want. So what it is, though, is an encouragement to figure out how to live life purposefully, to live life intentionally, and to be mindful that every decision either moves you toward or takes you from a life where you can so-called live the dream or live your version of the dream. Now, thinking about what your ideal life would look like, not your retirement life, but your actual life of what you would be doing here and now. Would you be working at a certain place? Would you be working where you're working now? Would you go start a business, or would you prioritize things like faith or your relationships or maybe your health very differently than you do right now? Now, what would your ideal life look like? Think about that, and think about how much money it would actually take in order to produce that ideal life. Now, there's a lot of things that money, of course, doesn't buy, but from a provision standpoint, just play along. Just think through that process of it. Now, this will be the part that may surprise you the most. So oftentimes we don't define what it is that truly motivates us, like spending more time with our loved ones, maybe building a business that has a greater impact above and beyond us, or beyond our contribution to it. But or it may be pursuing a relationship with God. But once we actually do, life becomes a lot simpler because you have more focus, and you're able to then truly focus your energy towards those aspects that give you the best return on where you place your time, your talent, and your resources in order to then get better results. Now, for me, I enjoy work. I do. I enjoy the process. I enjoy the opportunity to learn, to grow, to advance. I enjoy the connections. I also enjoy having the flexibility to be available to family and friends, and amongst other components as well. Now, I've done the structured corporate thing and enjoyed that for a season, but being able to work remotely in order to have flexibility, it is something that I've found that really matters to me. And so I have worked to pivot and adjust based on these preferences, based on these things I find that are a healthier balance for me. Now, I've also found that I really thrive on having a morning routine, having time to jump on my mountain bike, or go for a run or hike, or to just sit down and develop others, or use a platform like this to develop others. Now, these are all things I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy being a part of. And so it's important for you to find those things and to be able to budget your time, talent, and resources to accommodate for that. Now, my call to action today is to find out what it is that you value greatest, value most, and pivot in order to ensure that those aspects that really do matter most to you are also the same areas that you are placing the greatest effort, so that you are in turn making every day a vacation. Every day you are focusing on what really matters most to you. If this information is helpful to you, please do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're reminded to come back on a daily basis and improve in managing your personal finances. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.